So a lot of tournaments for MC, and we are gonna see how many of those he will be able to get into the later rounds. But yeah, he has a lot of options to prove himself within December. A lot of tournaments going on. So let's see what MC is able to do here. Top left of the map, we have him in blue. It is the SK Gaming player. It is MC. And starting to the bottom right is his opponent, Startail parting in our Protoss versus Protoss.
Coffee's fine, by the way.
It's good, not
Yeah,
too strong.
it's
Okay.
pretty good. I'm happy with it.
All right. I'm relieved.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, you know, my father drank coffee black, and I would just be like, I want to be cool. I want to be like the grown-ups. I'm like maybe 5 or 6 years old. I tried to drink coffee. I'm like, oh, what is this? This is so bad. I'm like, why would anyone drink this?
I don't know. Black coffee just never really appealed to me. I always drink it with milk.
Yeah, I used to drink it with milk. Like starting from then, I was like, well, I don't know. My mom was just like, you know, milk in it. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, wow, this stuff's pretty good. Actually, you put some sugar in there too. But now I actually don't really like to drink it like that as much anymore.
I dropped the sugar, but yeah, milk is usually what I really drink. And when I was in Australia, and I actually hung around with a lot of guys from the UK, and they always used to have milk in their tea, which was at first really weird to me.
Yeah, that seems really weird. I don't know if I could do that.
I'm actually used to it by now. I do that occasionally, and having like hot milk tea or something like that, it's not you get a lot of the cafes in Korea as well. It's yeah, I really started to like it. A little bit liking for it. Oh, two probes passing each other like shadows in the night.
Yeah. You know, I wonder what builds we're going to see on this map. This is a map we normally see fast expands if you're going to see on any map because it's relatively easy to defend Blink Stalkers, and the Nashville is really easy to defend as well because you have that secondary ramp that becomes a funnel. It's not really wide open like you see on Cloud Kingdom or on Daybreak, where it's really easy to attack Blink Stalkers at the natural.
The builds are so similar right now. The gas timings are exactly the same. Every single timing is the same. The difference is here just 1 or 2 seconds, just the way that just the amount of time that the probe
They're both
needs
harassing
to travel.
each other. It's actually quite funny how similar these two players play here.
Yeah, let's not forget that the Harvester, whereas earlier in our Heart of the Swarm match between Cats and Dragon, kind of decided the game. So I don't think that's going to happen versus Protoss, where we have MC and parting, but still, if you neglect that and you suddenly lose a Harvester or two, that's always pretty annoying.
Yeah, that can be really annoying. If you ever lose 2 Harvesters, though, you should probably just GG and rethink your life, but, you know.
Yeah.
That goes out to you, ladder players. If you ever lost 2 Harvesters in a game, you should probably just, you know, quit, but, in all seriousness...
Don't be harsh here. When you play ladder, you don't take it... No, man, you don't put that much effort in it. But actually, with Heart of the Swarm, it's going to be pretty cool that you have now the option to ladder without getting like ranked games.
It's a little bit weird though, too, because you queue with people who are unranked while you're playing ranked, and vice versa. So that always felt a little bit weird to me because I feel like sometimes I can tell somebody's playing unranked because the way they play is a little bit weird. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I go and look at their profile and they're played unranked, and I'm like, oh, well, I mean, the MMR is the same, so whatever. But
I can totally see Blizzard change that, by the way, because right now there are not that many
exactly.
beta players. So...
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I feel like they could definitely make 2 different, not servers, but 2 different
match types. I think later on that it's gonna be fine because there's so many players. So right now I feel you would have to queue for too long. But we have a bit of a difference here in builds already, and I actually like that quite a lot. This is the type of game that I really enjoy to watch, when you have one player going for a bit of a more aggressive strategy. I did not really expect the Dark Shrine to be used again after MC used it against Jay already. Expected more of a blink build by him, but he goes for the DTs, and parting is he should be fine here. We have him with the expansion.
And so many sentries, so he should be able to stop DTs from getting into his main.
Yeah, and the Robo. So he has the Robo on his way, he will have the detection, and MC needs to be careful. I really thought that he would go for the blink when I saw the Twilight Council. It's not like best map where you do that. It's not like Cloud Kingdom or Antigua, but still. DTs are always a huge gamble.
He's making so many sentries though, by the way, which makes it almost the same gamble. I mean, not gamble, but like the same amount of gas spent for parting on stuff that's not going to necessarily be useful if he doesn't face a straight up attack.
NMC is not going to play this like one base, so he goes DT, but with expansion, And we have to the left side now the warp in pile that has of course not been scouted by Parting just yet. And the MC is just trying to confirm his scouting information so far, going up the ramp and realizing, well, you have quite a lot of sentries there.
Yeah.
And there's the observer. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't see actually the observer come out just yet, but the immortal coming out behind it.
I was freaked out for a second. I was like, oh, is he skipping it? Is he really going for the immortal?
And you know, think about this though. If he misses these force fields, the observer is going across the map, but I don't think he's going to miss it. He's got one job to do right now, and he's not going to mess it up. Oh, well, I guess I spoke too soon.
1, 2, oh.
If he gets the last one, he get into the main, and the observer needs to turn around right away.
That's already worth it here.
See, yeah, that's the thing. You know that all the gas on the sentries now goes to waste. He's still killing probes. The observer can't be two places at once.
The sentry's gone, the probes chased off the mineral line, and this is MC doing a lot of damage. Yeah, finally we have the observer back, and he's able to do quite a bit. But 5 workers killed and 3 sentries, I would say that was a pretty good trade. Actually, it was 2 sentries.
Yeah, and units lost, it's 300 versus 700 resources in total, so...
And that's gas, a lot of it.
Yep. And the DT is still alive to be annoying later on. Well, maybe he's about to lose actually at the watchtower, but...
trying to get away. Force field!
He's actually burning energy, in fact, too. The stalkers are trying to trap it, but he kind of messes it up.
I love how he micros here, but MC on the other hand is also doing a good job keeping that Dark Templar alive.
Yep.
Well done.
MC, now slightly behind in tech. He doesn't have any immortals, obviously. He went Blink as a follow-up, but I just don't know how much I even like that, because he already knows his opponent's going to have immortals, and he's not going to have much opportunity to use Blink offensively. Defensively, on the other hand, he has a little bit of opportunity here, but, I mean, Blink is not an ability I find very useful defensively compared to offensively, especially not in this matchup.
With the high ground vision that MC has and Parting not really knowing what's going on here, he decides to move back, fall back for now.
The smarter choice.
Yeah. And if you just look at the harvest account, we still are... Players have the same amount of harvests. Don't forget, guys, the one thing that MC did with the DTs was also delay his expansion. So the economy for Parting was a little bit better because of the earlier second Nexus. And now MC kind of even things up again. It's still a pretty even game here. And it's just the tech choices that differ a lot. Whereas DTs are being warped in for MC again, Parting is now heading into the robotics play and wants to go into the more standard play, the Colossi Wars. MC though has to forge a bit earlier and will have the better upgrades. But in terms of the Robotech, he is so far behind.
Yeah, he's so far behind. I mean, he's gonna try to stay in here, but Parting, if he realizes this, he can actually just go across the map and start to attack him and trade really well with his Colossus advantage. If he's trying to find an opening here with his Blink Stalkers, he actually just picks off the pylon instead of trying to blink in. Much safer choice. This actually slows Parting down just a little bit. But luckily, Parting, he started that Colossus first.
There comes MC now with a robotics bay. I just feel like the Blink Stalkers themselves should not be able to do a lot here, not with the Parting already controlling 3 immortals and having this Colossus on his way.
That was pretty cool though, picking off the Observer. Because, you know, if the Observer's gone, he could actually warp in more DTs. So he has to make another Observer after that Colossus is finished.
Yeah, he kind of has to. Yeah, you're perfectly right. With the DTs always being a threat, this is one of the things that we have. And another Observer in the main base right now. So here comes the Observer for Parting now. He has to sacrifice the time in the robotics.
And that's exactly what MC wants, because he knows he's behind in Colossus, so he needs to buy as much time as possible. Second Robo goes down now for Parting though. And he's very behind in +1 as well.
Yeah. The upgrades are definitely something that is going to work for MC later. The question is just, has MC really the unit composition that he needs in order to deal with Parting's army? And especially with all those immortals, you know, that's another thing that MC just doesn't have. Yes, he has the Archon on the map, but the big problem for him is going to be that if he goes into Colossi, he doesn't only have to deal with Parting's Colossi, but also with the Immortals. And those Immortals, if they get a clear shot at the MC's Colossus count, that's going to be pretty ugly.
Yeah, definitely will be a little bit ugly. Fast third base for both players actually at the same time though, so this is kind of cool because now we have slight variations and the play, because Parting is like, alright, I've got the better tech, I'm going to take a third base and just defend. MC is like, well, I'm going to take a third base, take a risk here because I think that he's not going to realize this, and so MC probably feels like he's going to get ahead because he still hasn't seen this base as far as I know, and Now he's going to go and check for it. It's really important for him to see this. Oh, he doesn't. He's got that. Is that an observer going on? No, it's just a blink stalker. He ends up losing it, but he doesn't see the Nexus.
Now with his own Twilight Council, wants to head into the +2 attack upgrade as fast as possible.
Yeah, he's also got to get that charge out for his Zealots and go into Archons eventually.
But the thing is that the Colossus count is something I don't think that MC will ever be able to keep up with that.
No, definitely not. Not if he doesn't add a second Robo soon. It's 2 Colossi being made at once versus 1. He was already behind in Colossi plus the Immortals. MC's going to have to take an engagement with a heavy amount of Zealots to really be able to catch up.
He has charge and all these upgrades a lot faster now, and Parting just lost one of his pylons, as you could see. Some hit points lost now in the Stalkers, as Parting tried to intercept the Blink Stalkers that are trying to get away here. Doesn't kill a single one, but well, Parting is still going for the double Colossus production, and he has also the +2 attack upgrade now being researched. MC is still a little bit ahead in this regard, but yeah, regardless, it looks like we have a very, very Colossus heavy composition here for Parting, and I'm not quite sure if MC can really deal with this many Colossi. Parting is nearly doubling his Colossus count.
Yeah, he's about to double it. I noticed he actually started just 1 Colossus because he wants to get that Templar Archive out. 1 left in for MC just to get a little bit of information, it looks like, here to the south, so let's see what he wants to do with that. The Blink Stalkers are actually occupying the main army. Then he's going to sneak the DT in. He's going to be able to find out about this third. He's not going to do any damage to the cannon, but this is actually just a scouting DT. And that's all he wants to accomplish here. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Sees the third, sees the additional gates, knows of course roughly how long the expansion is already there. And let's have a quick look at the overall supply count. MC far ahead in the army supply.
Yeah, he is actually. Kind of surprisingly so, and he's got the upgrade advantage, but since he didn't chrono boost like very efficiently, he's actually not as far ahead as you should have been. Parting is really catching up with that. Parting may have realized he was behind in upgrades and focused heavily on the Forge, but you can see him now continuing to focus on that, really catching up with that Forge, chrono boosting it repeatedly.
MC doesn't drop a single second with his third attack upgrade though. As soon as +2 is done, he starts the next one, and therefore he will still have the lead here. But the chrono boost, as you already pointed out, Wolf, they're doing a really great job here for Parting, so he doesn't really skimp on the energy, uses it very well, a lot better than MC, who has so much chrono energy on all those Nexi, especially the one at the third base, is nearly on full energy, so I have to say that Parting is doing a little bit of a better job with this.
Yeah, he definitely is, but MC starting his double Colossus production, so the Colossus count now is 6 to 8. In favor, of course, of Parting, but
look at
MC
the Zealot count
so much faster. Yeah, with those Zealots, I feel like he just actually macroed better this game. I know it's weird to say that, talking about Parting, of course, but
that's 29 Zealots that he has, and he's already maxed out. So against 180 supply of Parting now with a +3 attack upgrade, but yeah, he waited a long time.
Yeah, Parting he just dumped all of his resources only into those Colossi at birth when he lost those sentries, so he couldn't really make that many other units, and he was scared about the Blink Stalker, so I think that may be one reason why he ended up being behind.
Look at the bank for MC too.
Yeah, he's got the Warp Prison coming out for that reason. He wants to remax in his opponent's main base during a fight.
Parting really has to win the next engagement with flying colors if he wants to contest MC here, because MC is gonna warp in units right away. And there we go, Stalkers need to back off. Parting actually losing all of them, and that was not only to free up supply.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% because I feel like he did want to get that extra Immortal out, but he didn't have to do it quite that way. That's an attack at the third base was much more appropriate, and that is actually what we see over here. Just a small Zealot run by is finally clearing it up.
It's a pylon war now. Both of them trying to get rid of the pylons. Ah, nice. Link for MC saves a few Stalkers at the right side of the map.
5 cannons going down for Parting. He's really scared at his 4th.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be harassed by DTs again. And now we have him with a 4th base here, but still, +3 is not done for Parting. MC has the upgrade.
He starts +1 armor even faster. MC cannot engage here. He needs to split his Colossi, and here he goes. But the Zealots were actually way out of position here. Now that the Zealots are coming from behind, though, this could be really bad for Parting, actually.
But MC already lost a lot of Zealots here, melting away to the Archons and also the Colossi, and here comes the Warp, and that's one of the things that Parting just simply doesn't have. He still has more supply, but there's no meat shield anymore, and now the Colossi count is slowly gonna drop here.
And the +3 is really coming into play now, but MC's got to make sure he engages this better.
Yeah, he just clumped up his units there. Parting at the better concave. The Colossus count is even though 5 to 5. MC warping units in, and just look at his bank. He can warp in round after round if he wants to.
This is one of the most dynamic PvP battles I think I have ever seen in the late game. Really nice micro actually by both players, but the Zealots here, really the big story.
That Immortal?
Yeah.
He really pressured MC's Colossus hard, and suddenly it is Parting who takes the supply lead despite MC having such a bank.
But MC traded well in that fight, better than he should have in that engagement, I think, composition-wise, but now he doesn't have a fourth and Parting does, so he needs to do something about that. He needs to do something about that fast.
That is so true. The income will be much better for Parting. MC has now the better army supply again because he didn't invest all these resources into a fourth base. So now he's trying to get the army out. And if you just look at the army supply, he's ahead with 17.
He's got to realize this though, and if he doesn't use it, then it's not going to matter.
If he waits too long, then Parting will have a much better income, will get the units out, and that is so dangerous for MC.
Yeah, MC is actually making a ton of units right now. He pulls ahead in supply again, and it looks like he's considering going for the attack. He clears up a unit blocking his own fourth base.
Yeah.
And there's even another pylon blocking the fourth if he wants to take the safer one, but he's got this warp prism in position. I think he's just going to go for the attack, and I don't blame him.
No, he should. He should go now. The thing is, he has the better upgrades. He is on one armor upgrade, both of them on the attack.
So fast with that bank. Oh my god.
That bank is really coming through, and Parting, man, he's in trouble.
Yeah, and he's got to get a position on. He cannot fight up the ramp. He's got to get up the ramp first, and he does. The cannons trying to buy a little bit of time here. The Archon count 8 to 5 right now for MC.
The Colossus count as well in favor of the SK Gaming player. And here we go. This time the position is much better for MC, and he is melting away at Parting's supply. Parting is in so much trouble. The Startail player trying to do his best, but those Colossi are killing unit after unit. A 50 supply lead for MC now, and this looks more and more like the Shrill Commando player is going to take the first game.
Yeah, it looks like it, man. He takes out the Nexus. He took great lead in that army, so he can actually just take his own fourth now if he wants to, but he can keep pressing the issue too if he wants to, and Parting is not really going to be able to defend. He no longer has those Immortals. He's got no Zealots to buffer, really.
Yeah, and here we go again. MC is moving into the third base now, taking down those 2 warp gates. And here comes Parting trying to defend, but he's 30 supply down, as mentioned earlier. And this is going to get nasty. Parting, he doesn't stand a chance here.
He just doesn't. His Colossi so low on hit points even at this point. They're all clumping up on a ramp, not able to fan out, whereas MC's fan out at the bottom with a concave, and Parting's going to have to GG.
Doubling the army supply of Parting, and Parting leaves the game, and therefore MC taking an early lead in the Protoss versus Protoss match.